Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Qualified Immunity, a podcast hosted by two people with years of experience inside the legal system. One of which is going to have way more experience than the other before this is all over with. My name is Greg Engel. I was a cop for a long time. 9.5 years, roughly. It was almost 10. It would have been 10 in August. So, that being said, I saved my soul. Contrary to my co-host, who is currently a third-year law student at a very prestigious university. His name is Lucas Cohen. And he will finally achieve his dream one day of being a certified member of the bar. Lucas?
Hi, everybody. It's not really one of my dreams.
I know, it's not one of your dreams. It is totally the antithesis of anything that you dream about.
I was horrified by the idea a couple years ago.
And now you're doing it.
Yeah.
You know the difference between me and Lucas? Both of us got accepted to law school.
One of us was smart enough not to go.
Hi. Okay, today. This took everything inside of me today not to lose my ever-loving mind on social media.
You still got into some pretty good arguments.
I didn't. I stayed out of them. My screen time was down 14% this week.
Light fuse run away.
Oh, yeah. That's 100% my social media now. That's 100% my social now.
That's supposed to be my strategy.
Well, you suck at it.
I do.
Because I'm just sitting here going, I shared an article. I didn't even say anything. Like, legitimately did not even say anything.
I can't leave well enough alone. I just can't. Like,
you only commented once, though.
Yeah.
And that was Facebook. And Facebook is the treasure trove of BS. Like, Facebook is... Okay, I shared an article this morning from the BBC. God forbid it was the BBC.
I actually think the BBC is not terrible because they report things that American media doesn't report.
I agree with you.
Like, they're actually better than a lot of American media outlets.
I agree with you, but it's the leftist BBC. I shared an article this morning on the Facebooks about BBC.
You give me one of them Facebooks.
Get you one of them Facebooks? Are you trying to get banned off the next one, jackass? I shared an article this morning that the BBC reported that Donald Trump, the President of the United States, had floated the idea of postponing the 2020 presidential election due to COVID. Okay.
Sort of.
Okay, go into depth about it.
Okay, so...
you go into depth and I'll rant.
Trump's quote from his tweet, with universal mail-in voting, 2020 will be the most inaccurate and fraudulent election in history. It will be a great embarrassment to the USA. Delay the election until people can properly, securely, and safely vote, ? Which grammatically is not a question.
That's not a question. That's a statement. Like, I'm not trying to be an asshole here. I'm really not.
Well, quit trying.
If Barack Obama had said half the things Donald Trump had said, people would have lost their shit and started a war by now. Number one. Number two, that was not a question. That was a statement. Number three, if fascism ever comes to America, it will happen underneath a Republican because all the gun owners are going to be too busy licking a boot and sucking a cock to figure out that their own president is violating the Constitution and molesting it to every single thing known to mankind. Number four, everybody wants to gripe, whine, bitch, and moan about the fact of, well, they're destroying shit, and they're doing this, and Antifa's doing that, and Black Lives Matter. It's less than 1% of them that are doing it, and the rest of them are peacefully protesting. Meanwhile, you're blackbagging them while not identifying yourself and totally fucking Miranda v. Arizona, or Arizona v. Miranda, and totally fucking the idea of the Fourth Amendment, and totally fucking the idea of anything close to it to remotely resemble a constitutional America. So, hold on. By the time you get done choking on your boot, and understand that the President of the United States attempted, and we've had elections through World War I, through the influenza pandemic, through a civil war, through World War II. We've had elections through everything. Everything. So the simple idea that the president of the United States floated to the American people, and there's enough of you jackasses out there who are like, oh yeah, he's right, we should do this. The idea that the president of the United States floated the idea or was playing 4D chess with the left, shut the fuck up. Shut up. At this point, your argument is nothing more than how high. At this point, that's your entire argument. The entire thing that the president of the United States of America that has an election every 4 years, that the president always accepts, win or lose, no matter what. If they lose, they leave the White House. We understand this. No matter what, the president accepts the election. We've had an election through, I just said it, through a civil war, through World War I, through the Spanish flu epidemic, through the Great Depression, through World War II, through Korea, through Vietnam. We keep having elections. That's what makes us fucking American. And we respect those elections. And the idea that some national emergency or some pandemic, the influenza pandemic of the I believe it was 1919, was way worse. 1918, 1919, we still had federal elections. The idea that the president of the United States just floated the idea that we're going to suspend elections and the current administration is going to stay in power until such a time is deemed that we can safely have elections again is bullshit and fascist and absolute ridiculous authoritarianism on the basic levels of it. On the absolute top of it, it is the most unconstitutional thing I've ever heard in my entire freaking life. And 90% of Republicans are, well, that's not what he said. He was playing with the left. No, he wasn't. At the very bare minimum, you don't play like that. Period. You don't just go tweet when you're the most powerful man in the entire world, even though the Constitution says you shouldn't be. You're the most powerful man in the entire world. And you have the button and have the codes to the most powerful nuclear arsenal in the entire planet. You could destroy the entire world with a whim and a thumbprint. And you're going to go on Twitter and you're going to joke. If Barack Obama, and you know me, I do not agree with Barack Obama's policies 99.9%. There's a couple Barack Obama policies I actually agree with. All my Republican friends, go ahead and hit that unfriend button because I just said I agreed with some Barack Obama policies. If Barack Obama had said that in 2011 or even 2016, well, the SARS epidemic is bad and we should probably postpone elections, people would be burning down Washington. People would be setting stuff on fire. And they would all do it in the name of revolution and being constitutional and we're being patriots. Meanwhile, less than 5% of Black Lives Matter and Antifa are out there. I would say less than 2% are actually doing anything. You're blackbagging the shit out of them, acting like it. Literally, if America saw what America is doing to America right now, America would invade America to give America democracy. This is the most insane bullshit I've ever heard in my entire life. Well, he's just playing 4D chess. No, he was drinking a Diet Coke and testing the waters. That's exactly what he was doing, and that's exactly what the left. I'm serious. I want to change the name of this tweet. I want this tweet to come out from Barack Obama in 2016 or 2015 or 16 and look up and say, I'm telling you, the right would lose their mind over it. There would be footsteps and torches and people run into the Capitol going, you can't do this. This is a dictatorship.
That's it. Podcast is over. Are we done?
No, we're not done. Keep talking.
Oh.
Catching my breath.
Well, you've said a lot. The 4D chess, that I love those comments because they keep coming in. They've been coming in for the past 4 years because Donald Trump keeps screwing over his constituency and completely just defiling the rights of Americans. I mean, it's ridiculous. And they keep just licking boots. I mean, they just love the guy. It's like, tread harder, daddy.
I can't get it. I absolutely cannot get it.
I do not understand Trump supporters. I really don't. It's like they are incapable of actually reasoning out what is going on.
It's just the way it is. And I don't know anymore.